All right, guys, we're gonna get started here. We're gonna try and make this stream quick here. I'm going skiing today, so I gotta make it quick. Edit video, do 315K. Today's the 10th. Today 288. And we're gonna go change document. There's that. Okay, guys. All right, is that set up? Now, OCGN continues to tank after hours. Whoops. Okay, I'm live going over today's trading day. 15K over. Okay, guys. Let me just get everything set up here. Just give me 1 second. What's going on, guys? BUSQR. Hope you guys are having a great trading day out there. Trying to get everything set up here. Alright, cool. Now let's go live on TikTok. Alright, guys. Okay, cool. We're set up. We're ready to go. I don't have a lot of time to cover things today. Today was a frustrating day. I know that I'm green again, but I really messed up GameStop. SNDL looks to make new highs after hours. Look at that thing go. 309 after hours. So yeah, guys. I was kind of long that thing, but that's all right. Okay. All right, guys. We'll give it a second there. Hopefully, you guys are having a great trading day. I have to go over it because I'm going skiing today, so I have to go over things pretty quick. So basically, my trades consist of GameStop. You know, I had 60,000 shares of GameStop at 51.12, out at 55.24. Reality is, guys, GameStop had more opportunities, and let me go over both my trades on GameStop. Okay. So you never actually know when the day is going to bounce, but I figured since we kind of been red, and now Robinhood and things are kind of settling in, today was going to be the third red day in a row on the daily. We've just gotten absolutely smashed down, obviously, and was just taking the dips. I actually had a first entry at 48.80 or something like that with about the same amount of shares. You can see it right there, 48.93, 58,000 shares. I stopped out at the bottom for a nice little profit. Didn't want to give anything back, but then I saw it kept holding. And I was like, okay, well, today might be the day where this thing goes. And so I got back long. I chased it a little bit. We took an entry at 51.12.7. So right where that white line is, right about there. right about where that white line is. Okay. And watch this thing kind of curl up. And I actually scaled off 12,000 shares up here in the 62s. Now, I was in down here at 48, and literally in 5 minutes, I was up over $500,000. Now, I don't want to talk a lot about P&L, and I don't want to say, wow, look at me, this is crazy, right? But I was long like somewhere in here, or somewhere in here, actually, I believe, or somewhere on these candlesticks. It's GameStop. And literally in 4 minutes, I was up over $500,000. Why didn't I take anything off? Well, I'll explain. I was in with a lot of size. And my goal was in my head in the beginning of this trade to start scaling out over $60 a share. Wow, is Tilray still going? Oh my gosh, Tilray new highs. $71 a share, guys. Just insane. But anyway, and I was in big size in here. And literally, look at this. In like 5, 7, 8 minutes, I just got paid out almost $500,000. 50% of my account. And usually when I get paid that quick, every single time I'll take profits, right? Or at least start scaling into the move, right? Well, the thing was, I couldn't believe what was happening in front of me. And it was SSR, so I'm sure it was a lot of shorts covering. But it was still insane to see this thing go this quick, this fast. And I just couldn't react. I kind of froze up. And to be up that quickly, that fast, you know, at the end of the day, it's harder to explain. But when you're in with that much size and you get paid out that quick, you're like, okay, well, why can't it go up more? And then on the flip side, you're thinking, well, if it does keep going more, then you're going to say, okay, well, I could have missed out on a couple 100,000 or 100,000 or 50,000 or 200, 300, 400,000, right? When you start trading with that much size, you're like, okay, well, I want to nail the top, because if you don't, then you're like, oh, I couldn't miss out on that much money, right? And that was kind of my mindset was, well, I don't want to, sell, because if this thing keeps going, and how many times did GameStop go without me when I was in big size? For this entire trade over the past 2 weeks, there has been time and time again where I missed out on tons and tons and tons of profit. So that's also weighing in the back of my mind, like I don't want to miss out on another huge trade and basically see, GameStop go to $70, $80 and again, miss out on the move. I missed out on so many moves on this stock. This bounce in here, I missed out on at least, 70, 80%. Yeah, it's always a fight between greedy and profit taking, right? And then in here, I had a position at $78 a share. It went all the way to 154. I got out at like 105, and the thing kept going without me. And then in here, time and time again, I was long in here, and I sold off 74. This thing went to 95. So every single time, I'm just like, wow, I missed out on so much profit. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, if this thing really gets up and ramps, I want to be there. I don't want to miss out again. And so that unfortunately cost me probably over $1 million in profits today. Up here, and then I ended up selling off down in here. I didn't want to see this thing wash out and go to new lows. And then I saw this thing kind of hanging around, and I said, you know what, this thing's still holding higher lows, I'm going to get long. So I got long, and basically watched this thing go all the way up. I took off 12,000 shares right up in here. Okay? And then this thing just came straight back down. So obviously the bounces aren't being there and as big as they used to be, and I didn't expect them to be. But literally, I was looking for one more new high to get out of the rest of the position, and that could have been $750,000 in profits right there, or 75%. Most importantly, focus on the percentage gains, guys. Do not focus on the amount of money that I'm trading, because it's more important to worry about percentages than it is about gains, okay? And I ended up trying to take, I thought maybe VWAP was going to hold, and we just came straight back down, and I stopped out. I said 54 was in the line in the sand. That's kind of where I stopped out mainly. So, frustrating day, up $750,000 here, up $750,000 here. 2 trades could have been up well over 1.4 to 1.3 million today alone on just GameStop, and walked away with $315,000. So, but more importantly, 31.4%. Now, I know that you guys are like, oh, well, Bob, you're still making crazy amount of money. And I know that's true, but it's all relative, okay? Think about the percentage of the account. I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there who made 50 to 100% on your account today. Well, I had the opportunity to make, 100+% on the account today. And even if I just sold off on the way up here and then re-added some of the dips and started scaling through this, it could have easily been a way better day today, you know, and that's the price that you pay for getting a little bit greedy and remembering the old trades from the past and saying, hey, you know, GameStop, I missed out on time and time again. You know, I've done well on the stock, but at the same time, I keep making the same mistake where I keep letting the stock go higher and higher and higher, and I'm not in it anymore. And so this time, you know, I knew that this one wasn't going to have as much bounce, but I thought maybe one more new high and squeeze the new highs out and squeeze the new high days out, maybe 64s and 65s, and that was going to be it. Oh my gosh, Tilray, guys. $74. You want to know a funny story on Tilray? I'm in Tilray with the tiniest position in my long term. I wish that I would have more size. I have 1,000 shares of Tilray. I think it's 642, I believe. So right down in here, I have 1,000 shares of Tilray. So this in my career, I believe, is the highest percentage return I've ever had on a stock. So, anyways, guys, I mean, did I think Tilray was going to do that? No, I didn't. But it seems like the weed sector is starting to be the new heat, the new hype. Tilray, SNDL's going nuts. Seems like the weed sector is kind of getting that new trend. But anyways, guys, so that's the price that I paid there, guys. You know, OCGN I shorted, paid $2,000 for that short, so really only profited about $9,000. APRE, I really like APRE. Remember this name, guys. APRE, remember that name. It might not pay out that quick, but to me, this is one of the top charts I've seen in the stock market. Look at this thing. It's breaking out. It's a multi-month breakout. We're starting to get into the gap. You know, this to me is a chart that you all should be watching. This is a textbook chart because of the time frame, because of the way it's getting into the gap, because there is a gap. This is one of the top charts I've seen in the stock market lately. So watch that. Watch this name. I was going to see if we could get into the 9s and 950s into the close. We didn't. But you know what? I still really like that chart. And then, what was the other one? Tilray, you can see I took a long on Tilray, 5,000 shares, 59.45, out 61.72. BSQR, I made, you know, I was in 696.4. I actually nailed the bottom on BSQR. BSQR 696. I literally think I got dead bottom here. Yeah, and then I scaled up in here, and this thing went to above $8. So, yeah, Brian, it is a nice chart. But anyways, guys. Someone asked me, how do you get the guts to buy with such high price? Aren't you afraid to lose? If you're afraid to lose in stocks, then you'll never make any money. If there's no risk, there's no reward. You know, this took me a lot of time to figure out, you know, my strategies and kind of what works for me and, you know, how things work for me and, like, you know, the sizing and what stocks look good, what trends look good, what sectors are hot, what charts look great, what volume looks great, the time and sales look great. You know, it's taken me about 4 years now. We're closing in on 4 years full-time trading. So, you know, this doesn't just happen overnight, guys. 90% of traders fail. As always, I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. Have a plan, a process, and a strategy. I do have to get ready. I'm going skiing today. But I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming on. You know, I apologize for banning some people in the chat today, but here's the thing, guys. I don't want it to be stock twits. You know, I want it to have clear reasoning, clear value behind your posts. I want things to make sense. You know, look through the room rules, read through the room rules, and go from there. If you read through the room rules and look through the format, you should have no problem. But people are asking, you know, is SNDL going to keep going? Is SNDL bottoming? Should I short this? Should I short that? You know, we don't have room for that. You know, if you're learning, keep studying, keep grinding. If, you know, you have the capabilities of posting what the room rules say, then go from there. But there's a lot of things to be learned. But the thing is, if we clutter up the chat, then no one can learn and no one can get any value from the room because all you're seeing is SNDL, does it go up? SNDL, does it go down? Should I hold this? Should I hold that? And that doesn't have any value in the chat, guys. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. Go to the lounge room or DM people, you know, but don't do it in small caps. People try to put food on the table in that room. I'm all there for having fun and having a good time, but at the end of the day, guys, you know, people put food on the table in that room, and I want it to be taken seriously. When people are asking, well, should this be held? Should that be held? What does this look like? What does that look like? There's no room for that. There isn't, guys. And just study to get yourself to a point where you feel comfortable posting, in the small caps. And I feel bad for banning a lot of you guys, but the thing is, guys, I've given so many warnings and I put it in the trading floor, and the bottom line is people don't read. People don't read. It says it smack dab on the trading floor. You cannot miss it. That's the one room that everybody reads. And I said, if you do not follow the room rules, I will ban you. I said that multiple times. And I know that there's new people coming in, but anyways, guys, I don't have time to rant. Zephyrin, awesome. You bought my course today. That's awesome, man. I'm excited for you. But yeah, we just Artie, we just don't have time for that. If you're still new and learning, then just learn from the chat, But I want to make sure the people in the room are getting a lot of value and a lot of education and a lot of content and a lot of reasoning behind each and every post being made in there. And if people can't understand what you're typing, or if people are just asking, what should I get in and what should I get out, or I see this a lot where everyone should buy Tilray, so we send this to the moon, or everybody should buy IGC, so we send this to the moon. We don't, we just don't have any room for that, guys. I realize everybody wants to make money, but it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, and people that are posting like that, and I feel like 80% of those people are just trying to get rich quick, and that's just not how it works, guys. This is going on my 3.5 to 4 years. I wish you guys could see all the time and effort that I put into studying and creating my strategy and my process and my plan. But you know what, guys? At the end of the day, you have to know it took a lot of time, and there is not, if you can study and continue, and those of you guys asking for resources to study from, go back and look through my YouTube. I just posted a video on resources that you can use. Yes, I use statistics for the stocks that you play. I use data. All the stocks that I ever trade is data that I've learned over the years. I never take a trade that it's not something that I haven't learned in the past and trade it on in the future. The more I learn in the past, the better I am off in the future. Just because I didn't sell GameStop today at where I should have, which was in here and in here. Well, guess what? Next time I'll do better, and next time I'll do better. And the reality is, I had a position on AMC, in the $6 in my inherited in my long term, and I had to stop out of those positions. I thought this was going to go 7 and maybe 8, but I took my loss and moved on. Trading is trading, guys, but you guys have to want to study. You guys have to put the time in and put the effort in. If you're looking for materials, if you're looking on how to get started, go back and look at the couple of videos that I posted ago on how to start swing trading, how to start momentum trading, and all that stuff, guys, okay? Anyways, guys, I appreciate all you guys. Continue to want to learn, continue to want to study. I hope that you guys had a great trading day out there. Today was a good day for me. It could have been a lot better, but we always learn. We always try and make every day better than yesterday. And I appreciate every single one of you guys for supporting NorMagnolTrading.com. Keep learning, keep studying. Cheers, team, and go Hawks.